And because we did this, my wife and I get to have date night every single night of our cruise. And the first thing that you should be doing when you wake up on Embarkation Day is packing your carry-on backpack. Now, the important things that you definitely want to have in there is going to be have your passport, your birth certificate, and your set sail pass if you printed it out in an easily accessible location, so it's a little bit quicker to get on the cruise ship. Now, other things that you should have in there is going to be your sunglasses, your hat, your swimsuit if you're not wearing it to the cruise port, more on that in a little bit, as well as anything that you might need if your luggage didn't get delivered until late at night. The rule of thumb is put anything in your backpack that you might need that night if your luggage doesn't get delivered until later in the evening. Now, the second thing that you need to do on cruise day before calling the Uber, getting sunscreen on everyone in the room. So if you have kids, make sure you lather them up with a good lotion sunscreen. We like to use the lotion one because we feel that it kind of protects better and it's a good base layer. And then we'll reapply periodically through the day with the spray sunscreen. Count how many people that you see burnt on day 2. No one is going to want to put on sunscreen once when they get on the ship and they see the pool. And the third thing we're going to do after everyone's got sunscreen on is we're going to call an Uber or Lyft. This is usually cheaper for a family of 4. The reason why I say that is because lately, all the hotels we've been staying at the night before getting on, they've been charging $10 a day. $10 a head. So instead of charging $40 for a family of 4, I can usually get an Uber or Lyft for less than that, and that includes tip. The other thing is, it's going to be on my time, not whenever the shuttle time is for the hotel. And the fourth thing that we're going to be doing is getting on the ship. As soon as we get out of the Uber, I'm going to hand the porter everything but my carry-on backpack. And I'm going to tip them $2 to $5 per bag. Because I want to make sure I get my bag later that evening or afternoon. As soon as we get on the ship, we're going to go straightly to our muster station. This is a must for every passenger before the ship can leave port. So look on your set sail pass and go to your muster station. If you watch the safety video in the Royal Caribbean app beforehand, it's literally just checking in so you know where to go. If you didn't do that, no big deal. You might be there 5 or 8 minutes. And the fifth thing that we're going to be doing after the muster station is going to the main dining room. We're going to either look to see where our table is if we have traditional dining, or we're going to go ahead and set our My Time dining up. Now, when we travel with kids, we do My Time dining. So we're going to go to deck 3 main dining room instead of 4 or 5 because there's a host on duty there. And at that host station, we're going to say, hey, we would like to have a My Time dining reservation for 7:15 or 7:30 every single night. Oh, and can we have the same servers every single night? That way, we have My Time dining with a traditional dining experience. Oftentimes, we'll also book one specialty dining while we are there. So my wife likes sushi, so we'll eat at Zumi. We'll either do the teppanyaki or we'll do the sushi, but we'll do one night, not on lobster night. Now there is one more thing you must do before securing date night every single night. But first, let me invite you to subscribe with the notification bell turned on. That way you can stay up to date with all the latest cruising tips. Like tip number 6 here, signing your kids up for Kids Club. Now on Embarkation Day, Kids Club registration opens up at 1 p.m. I'm there at 12:30 because I want to be one of the first ones in line. If you have a little baby that's between the ages of 6 months and 36 months, you only get 8 to 10 hours or so to reserve for the week, up until day 3. So by being one of the first ones in line, I can go ahead and say, hey, take Johnny at 7 p.m. every night until 10 p.m. and drop little Johnny off, and then my wife and I can have date night every night. Now there is a small fee for kids between the ages of 6 months and 36 months. The fee does increase a little bit more at 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Now the 3 to 5 year old room, which is the Aquanax room, a child must be fully potty trained. There is no fee for this unless it's a late night and it's after 10 p.m. Otherwise, after registering, you can just go ahead and drop little Johnny off anytime that they are open. Once again, in the evening, Kids Club opens at 7 p.m. and that is why my wife and I choose to do My Time dining when we're cruising with kids. We drop them off at 7 p.m. and then we have date night starting at 7:15, 7:30. So go ahead, Embarkation Day, get there before 1 p.m. so you can register all your kids for Kids Club. And if you're traveling with any older kids above the age of 5, same principle applies. Register on day 1, and as long as Kids Club or Teen Club is open, you can drop the child off. If you'd like to hear some more tips and tricks of cruising with kids, please leave a comment below. And finally, tip number 7, we can finally eat now that we signed up for Kids Club. Now, Windjammer, the buffet, is kind of a rite of passage. However, that place is a zoo, and if you like a more calmer, relaxed atmosphere, I recommend the Solarium Bistro. Now, the Solarium Bistro is on deck 15 in the front part of the ship, which is one deck above Adventure Ocean and very easy to get to. And after you eat in the Solarium Bistro, you can simply go to the pool. That is tip number 8. And because you listened and you wore your bathing suit to the pool on Embarkation Day, or it's in your backpack, and you can just simply go change, you're good to go. The nice thing about doing the pool on Embarkation Day is most people don't have it on or in their backpack. They put it in their luggage, which they're not getting until late afternoon or in the evening possibly. So go ahead and enjoy all the benefits of basically no one in the pool, no lines at the slide if there are slides, and any chair that you want near the pool. It's not going to be that way on day 2 or 3. I promise you. Now, when you get your free towel with your set sail pass, just be sure to return it. If you don't do that, they're going to charge you a $25 fee for each towel that you don't return. Don't bring it back in your room and let your room attendant take it, because that's not going to count as returning it. When you return them, double check with the pool attendant that you have 0 towels left. That way, you won't make the mistake I made and get a $25 fee on one of your early cruises. And the 9th tip is to shower and get ready for dinner. But before you do that, as you're leaving the pool, make sure you turn your phone on airplane mode. Even though you might have an international package, it doesn't work when you're out at sea. So unless you want some serious charges, turn your phone on airplane mode. And if you need to have the internet package, make sure you watch the video linked below on the cheapest ways to book the internet package. Now it's time to shower and get ready for dinner. After everyone is showered and cleaned up, we bring the kids to the Windjammer for dinner. After dinner, we drop them off at Kids Club right at 7 p.m. Now that the kids are dropped off, go ahead and enjoy date night every single night of your cruise. If you found this helpful in any way, please go ahead, hit the like button and the subscribe button with the notification bell on. And for the 10th tip, that's what you're going to give me. Leave a comment below on what tips that you have for Embarkation Day. Thank you. This is Brian with Tips for Cruisers.